heavy feeling in your chest. You just don't know what to do. You feel so confused. You feel so overwhelmed. Hi, it's Meena here. Welcome back to my channel. What I have added in this video is completely non-chat GPT generated. Not even for a second, I thought about, googling online. Nothing. Everything is from my personal experience, and pretty sure there is a lot of content like this online. Pretty sure, okay? What is not there online? I mean, everything looks and feels and hears the same, so it doesn't matter. This is from my personal experience, and this is a foolproof method to instantly feel better about yourself, instantly feel decluttered from your mind. Doesn't require any therapy, it doesn't require anything expensive, it doesn't cost much. This cost your little effort, which is gonna be leaving you feeling amazing, so positive and so good about yourself instantly. So, and this is like science backed, and it works every single time. It does makes at least 30 to 40% of positive change right then and there when you do this, which are not costing literally anything except your little effort. Okay, so the first things first is showering. Okay, this is in itself is very basic, but it is actually tied to a really deep cause. Okay, so usually what happens is when you're feeling sad, or when you're feeling so overwhelmed, what happens is every single tiny task, even though if I want to lift this clip, it feels really heavy. You just don't want to do it. It's not like you cannot do it. It's like really, it feels heavy. Okay, call this as a very first world problems, but this exists. All right, you and me both know that it exists. So what you gotta do, you'll be rotting in the bed, you'll be ordering in, you'll be postponing every single task, and that will pile up. And I don't think so you guys will be showering during this time. So first things first, cleanse your body. Okay, this helped so much. You feel clean, and you feel something has been lifted instantly off. Shower, just add a little bit of salt in the tub and just pour it on you. It's like this, energy cleanse and stuff, and it kind of works. So shower, first things first, it makes you feel firstly cleanliness, and next you feel relaxed. No matter what, maybe the process is really tiring for you, having a everything shower. By the way, everything shower does works, okay, in itself. Girlies, we know that. But you feel instantly good about yourself, subconsciously at least. Okay, one task is done. That is basic thing to do, that is cleaning yourself. All right, next thing, a clean and neat environment. Okay, I mean, I just cannot insist how much the clutter, and just the very most important point, at least for me, clean and neat and tidy environment. I'm the person who is really affected, like extremely affected by the environment. All right, so if it doesn't have to be super edgy, it doesn't having certain things like making a bed, like decluttering your the vanity table, decluttering your study table, decluttering your kitchen, basically de-hoarding. Okay, de-hoarding also is the main thing. We can actually come to that later. So firstly, making your environment, the place where you sit, the place where you are, at least start with the place where you are spending the most time with. Okay, for example, your reading table or your bed. Make your bed, change the bed sheet covers. You have a lot of, if you are actually a person who travels out to the office and come back, and you actually notice that days pass days pass, but the bed sheets haven't been changed, and maybe you're feeling more drowsy because of the dirt and because of the dust which have been carrying from outside, and you are coming and dumping on your bed, in your bed. So I mean, yeah, so neat and tidy environment, already you're sending signals to your brain that you have like a blank canvas to work on something productive. It doesn't have to be your work, all right? Productive as in resting. Even you are resting. If you have this not so clean, not so tidy environment around you, at least in the place where you're spending more time with, it actually adds up, and it piles up, and it piles up, and you're gonna be needing a professional help, right? and this is serious. So neat and tidy and clean environment matters a lot, because subconsciously it sends a signal of you being, just being, and you can be, just be in the place. Okay, I hope I'm making sense, but I know you know that I'm making sense. All right. So one, that is being a third one, is physical activity. We humans, we need, we, it's not want, it's a need. Okay, we need physical activity. It's, the more you move your body, the more, I don't know what that hormone is called, all right, endorphins, I guess, they get released and you feel positive. Doesn't matter how much ever you're feeling like distressed, how much ever you are feeling overwhelmed, you know the drill. But try to move your body. I know it's kind of awkward, especially if you're living with your parents, that, oh mom, I want to move my body. Some parents might understand, some parents just don't, and it's completely fine if they don't. Okay, lock yourself in a room, try to do some stretches, here and there. It helps. Try to shake your shoulders, because we actually tend to hold most of our emotions in this area. I know, I'm talking about from a spiritual perspective. We tend to hold heavy emotions, right, on our collarbone, on our chest, on our shoulders. Try to massage it by yourself. Try to, stretch it out. Or if you are actually having so much energy, at least mentally, to go and have a run, or do that exercise which you're planning to do, and completing that exercise. Doesn't matter. Next one, the fourth one, talking only good and positive things about yourself confidently in front of mirror alone. All right, for some of you guys it might sound crazy, but trust me, this works every single time. you know Focus on something which you really love about yourself. Maybe it might be your hair, maybe it is your voice, maybe it is your attitude, I don't know, some facial feature, doesn't matter. Something you really adore about yourself. If you don't find even one thing, come on, I mean, that's really depressing, and maybe you need professional help for that, but it's fine. God has given every single human being has at least one thing special which we don't have, which others don't have. Something positive. Talk some life inside you, you know. And by nature, by evolution, we try to focus more on negative things, because we want to save ourselves from negative things. That is, that is danger. We want to be protected. So what happens is, directly, indirectly, subconsciously, a lot of things happen subconsciously, right? We tend to focus only on the dangers, only on the negative part, and we forget about the positive parts. And this is actually a science backed one. It's all about you speaking into the reality. Talk only good things about yourself. If you are kind of awkward, if you are kind of embarrassed, which is true, I get embarrassed to talk good things about myself, to be honest, in front of others at least. So what you gotta do is stand in front of mirror, and you're gonna speak life, the things which actually bring life inside you. So more positive self-talks. These millionaires, billionaires, really successful, wealthy people, they do this because it gives you instant power. So the fifth one, and the big one, gratitude. So it's kind of funny that humans, we have so much to thank for, so much to thank even to be alive. I know it's the messed up times we are living in right now. Let's not even get into that. It's really scary out there. But gratitude is everything. Basically, the universe says that the more, in the law of attraction, the law of, basically the universe says, the more you give gratitude, the more I offer you. And it actually goes back to the religious scriptures too. The more, the creator says that the more you remember me, the more you show gratitude towards anything, you feel good, and for some reason, you receive more, because that is the law of the universe, right? You attract what you are not, trying to leech on. So you're like, okay, thank you. You are showing grace, you are showing gratitude. Super thankful for the things which you are actually been ignoring. It can be simple as breathing without pain. It can be simple as, having roof over your head. It can be as simple as, having food. There are billions of people out there who don't have food to eat, who don't have roof over their head, who just want, one time of food in a day. And it is really sad and it is really scary. There are billionaires who have lost their wealth regardless of them being billionaires, like just overnight, because of the stupid decisions. And here you are, still breathing, still thriving, still leading, life on your own, and it's really amazing. It's really amazing. You have to be thankful for that. The best thing to show gratitude towards is health, and you'll actually feel so much at peace, so much calm after doing the little gratitude session of yours. Next thing is journaling. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna write about your feelings. I know for some people it can be tough because you have to go through the same pattern and the same things over and over again. But how about trying to journal? What are you, grateful for, which leads back to the gratitude part, and about what you want to do in future. But you need to understand that everything happens in its own course, but you are responsible only for your actions. All right, for example, you want to watch a movie, you cannot watch a movie without buying a ticket, so you have bought a ticket, so it's fine. So now you have to go to watch a movie, but you don't have a car, you have a bike, and it is raining and it has been really clogged everywhere. So but still you had bought a ticket, but you cannot expect to watch a movie if you haven't bought a ticket. So it is something like that, right? So chances of you watching a movie are actually higher if you have bought a ticket, and you know that you gotta watch a movie because you have spent money on it. That is effort in real life, right? So focus more on that. Leave about the past. Maybe take learnings. I know it is getting too philosophical, but journal what you want to do, journal what you have achieved already. It can be as simple as, you made breakfast today, or you made, someone smile, you bought something nice for your mother. I don't know, whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you happiness, whatever brings you, it can be as little as that. Journaling helps, and it doesn't have to be every single day. To be honest, I don't do every single day. Okay, I'm not a bookish that way. Maybe I'll become, but right now I'm not. But yes, journaling helps. Okay, maybe at least twice a week. Next one is a big one, that is decide 2-3 tasks in a day. Very doable, very simple. Okay, if you are a person who is already being brain fogged and just don't know what to do, pick a task. It can be as simple as, going through the emails or applying to that job, and it can be as simple as calling your mom. It can be as simple as, doing a workout, or it can be as simple as basically some unfinished business. Pick that up and finish it. Something which is like a unfinished business which you have to face regardless, pick that up and finish it. And the amount of, relief you get after that, it is just amazing. Even psychologists, they say this: pick a simple task and finish it. Make sure you finish it at least before 12 p.m. in a day, because then later on you'll be feeling so happy and so much in confidence that yes, you have done something today, you have achieved something today, and you'll be getting this, positive hormonal kicks, which actually makes you do the other unfinished tasks in your life throughout the day. Sometimes what happens is you pick this work, okay, you pick this up something, whether it is like arranging your wardrobe, whether if it is, if you want to do a workout, maybe you're getting tired in the middle and you had to finish even at least for 15 minutes, but you're getting tired and you have to leave in the midway. It's an unfinished, doesn't matter, you gave it a try, but it's still, you made that up in your mind that you'll be finishing at least one thing in a day. Make sure you pick that up which you'll be able to finish it, which you know for sure you'll be able to finish it. Because usually what happens is a simple task like having your food, even fueling your body, feels extremely heavy, extremely like a huge job. All right, at least for me, this is from my personal experience. Okay, some people, they actually do the opposite, they actually eat a lot. For me, I just go even without water, and that is really not good. All right, so make sure you finish a task, pick a task, finish it. All right, and that will give you a sense of upliftment, and that will give you a sense of confidence that yes, you are capable of finishing a task and you are okay. So cool your body, because come on, your gut is linked to your mood, to your brain, to your hormones, and empty stomach, you'll feel more down and you don't want that. So hydrate and fuel your body. I don't want to add at least this one that is really basic one into my to my list. So fuel your body first. All right, nourishment. Next one is a quiet one, but I think it's a real game changer. Deholding. A new term for some of you guys, but basically it means that you are holding on to so many things, physical things, can be mental things too. It can be a mix of both the things for most of the people, which you don't want in your life. That is, it might be bunch of clothes in your wardrobe. Know that you won't be wearing them ever in life, but you are so attached to it, you just want to keep. Even the if you open the wardrobe and the clothes are coming out, you don't have so much space, but still you want to keep them. You're a holder. All right, you are, for example, in real life, it can be like those friendships when you don't want, that this friend is toxic for you, but you just cannot cleanse, you just cannot let go of that person because you're holding on to the good parts of the memories, and you just cannot detach from this person, because all you can think about is how much, even though if it is a negative journey, you just think about, okay, how much we have gone through so much, and you just don't want, for example, to break up with that person because you both have gone through so much, even though if it is full of toxicity and negative shit. All right, so deholding, detachment. All right, so this is a real quiet game changer. Get rid of those clothes which you don't want. I'm working on it. All right, but still I have come a long way. And talking about people, it's not about you need them or you don't need them. If they are adding only negative in your life, you need to be dehoarding. Because what happens is then you are making space for even better things, for even prettier clothes, for even better people. Dehoard. Next one, it goes without saying, it's meditating. It's amazing. All right, doesn't matter if you are a religious person, doesn't matter if you're a spiritual person. Meditate. It something to calm your mind. We know that we have something has created us. All right, someone somewhere has created us. Try to connect with that entity. That is, I'm telling this in the form of spirituality, but in religion things, I don't even have to explain. Try to meditate. Try to find at least 10 minutes in a day, which is not that difficult, just for you to just close your eyes and just stay still. No phones, no nothing. Just meditate. Doing all the gratitude things in your mind or by actions. If you're praying, if you're actually a religious person, meditate. It calms you like nothing else. All right, something for grounding. that is leading to the next and the last thing, that is spending time as much as you can in nature. I know we are living in times where everything is like, around us is like a concrete jungle, and it is really difficult to actually have a quiet time, reconnecting with nature and stuff. I know it's difficult, let's face it, it's difficult, at least for average person out there. But it is doable. It's doable. You can just go for a walk. It takes a lot of effort. Yes, this one does takes a bit extra effort rather than just staying at home and going on with your life. Just be quiet, just walk for a while. I'm a blabber mouth, all right? I used to be a huge blabber mouth, but it used to drain me so much that I just used to talk and just talk and just talk and just listen without thinking anything, and that has gotten me into weird situations. And obviously, if you're thinking, if you're not thinking and speaking, and if you're just so tired and you just don't know how to process things, even though if they are clearly delivered to you, you kind of get yourself into trouble. Just try to spend time alone in nature. If you are not able to go out, go on your terrace. Nature can be open air. Sun is great, sun is good. Oh my god, sun is life. Enjoy as much as you can, especially the morning sunlight or the evening sunlight, not the direct sunlight, basically anything related to nature. All right, so have those elements in your home, like plants, or get direct sunlight. It's amazing. It actually cures depression. Sunlight cures depression. All right, that's why when people are depressed, they tend to be so cooped up, and they tend to just don't want to look the lights, they don't want to on the lights, and they just want to be in their shells. Everything is science. All right, so talking about feeling good, obviously there is no debate about it, nature makes you feel good. But if you are unable to afford taking an hour or half an hour of time to go for a walk in the nature, obviously go onto your terrace, or find ways to incorporate nature in your life, and is gonna be making a really huge impact on your overall well-being. I'm pretty sure even if you're doing 3 things of what all I mentioned in this video, you're gonna be feeling freaking amazing instantly. All right, you're gonna be feeling freaking positive about yourself, about overall things in your life. And also I wanted to mention that talking to someone actually helps. We are humans, we are social beings, whether we like it or not, whether you choose it or not, whether you put labels on it that you are an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert. In my case, try to share, try to connect, put the egos aside for a second. And sometimes it feels suffocating, having every single thing what you're feeling bottled up inside you. Try to have someone to talk to, at least that one person where you are not feeling judged and you're just being heard. It matters a lot. It actually overpowers every single thing, because we are humans and we are social beings, and we crave for emotional connections. Have that one person, or better if it is more than one person, who is non-judgmental, to listen to you and actually give you advice, or maybe just listen to you. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you guys do or don't in the comment down section below. Yes, I do read every single thing, every single comment. And that's it for today. See you guys in the next one. Bye.